all, I remember Dr. Norman Lamb saying that Dam alahashi v'apikoros is, you have to know what to answer an apikoros, and that's a legal fiction, he said. I remember he was talking to Mark Shapiro, asked him about that. It's a legal fiction. It allows us, in order to know what am I going to answer the apikoros, it allows us to study that. The Tiferet Yisrael on Pirkei Avot has a beautiful idea on Dam alahashi, and that is that we have to, in order to really understand the Torah, we have to ask the questions an apikoros would ask. Not just what a Yisrael kasher would ask, it has to be the questions an apikoros would ask. Now, I don't want to be judgmental and call biblical criticism an academic approach apikorosut, but I think what the Tiferet Yisrael is getting at is that if we're really going to be learning Torah, then it's going to have to be open to the outside world, to all sorts of questions. And if we learn Torah and we say we don't entertain a certain question is out of bounds, it's going to be a diminution in our Torah. It's going to be something missing in our Torah. The Torah needs to be, sha'ashua needs to be stretched and challenged in order for us to understand what Hashem told us at Sinai. And what's interesting in this idea of the importance of engaging the academic world on biblical criticism is that on the one hand, it seems like, come on, it's not a big issue. There are so many more important issues. I was just talking to my Rosh Hashiva, to Dov Linzer. There's so many more important issues we should talk about. Let's forget about biblical criticism for now. Let's talk about, women's issues and world issues in Israel and all sorts of things. But I spoke to Mark Brettler, who's one of the founders of this site, the Torah.com, TABS, which sort of deals with these issues of orthodoxy's encounter with academic biblical studies. And he said over 100,000 hits. And that was 6 months ago, a year ago almost. So maybe it's 200,000 hits.
How can you name?
What's that? But even besides you, Sam, I think it shows that there are many Orthodox people that are interested in this, that it's not just a side question. I think really that we've held it off for a long time. Events in England, Soloveitchik in America, they've been holding back the dam, and I think there's an interest within Orthodoxy to discuss this. Even at the Gush, at Har Zion, Rav Amnon Bazak has a book, Ad Hayom Hazeh, where he wrestles with these issues. Why is he writing the book now? Maybe why does he spend his time talking about other things, about the people that need to be converted in Israel? There are many, many other issues, but I think that this issue perhaps is an issue whose time has come, and that's why it is worth engaging. I'm not saying that everyone needs to engage in it, but it's a legitimate issue to discuss. Finally, I just want to mention that we've been getting in yeshiva after one of our musmachim was in the Jewish Chronicle all the time. Wonderful man, Rav Zev Farber, came out in favor of certain positions that seem to go beyond orthodoxy. We were under a lot of pressure at our yeshiva to disclaim him and to say he's not orthodox, his opinions are not orthodox. And the last year and a half, we really resisted that. We put out a statement what we believe in. We believe in traditional Torah Misinai, in all its traditional interpretations. We've talked about that with our Talmidim. But I think it's very important, and this we could have a discussion about, I hope, that Orthodoxy is not about red lines. It's not about trying to keep people out. It's not about trying to throw people out. Orthodoxy really has to work out a system. It has to be a gateway for bringing people into an understanding of a halacha, a love for Torah. And I don't think that pragmatically it's going to work if we're trying to try to kick out this one and kick out that one, and that'll keep us strong. I think we'll be strong if we really believe in Torah Misinai, if we really practice Torah Misinai, but not through throwing people out. So I'm really trying to push the idea of not being afraid, not having to throw people out, and just being positive and being strong and declaring what we believe in. And I think this touches, especially in England, on the Louis Jacobs issue, or Louis Jacobs, that, was it the right thing sort of to sideline him? I'm not saying I'm not going to vote for who's going to be the chief rabbi, but I am saying that the direction of orthodoxy should be much more about welcoming and being inclusive and breaking down barriers. As a pulpit rabbi in Chicago for 18 years, that was the big problem. Getting people into an Orthodox shul, getting people to come to an Orthodox Shabbos dinner, to a Seder. How do we get people in rather than throwing out certain people? And so I think that is an issue which many people could talk about, and it is, it's a shikul hadat. It's a judgment issue, but I really want to push orthodoxy in this direction of being welcoming, being positive, and not focusing so much on what are our red lines. Let's not look, what are our green lights? How do we bring people in? Not so much what are our red lines. So I think we have a few minutes for questions.
Four words do spring to mind. Wish you were here. Does anybody have any questions?